For this setup, we're going to need something for your head to put your head onto to relax your neck. We're going to need something in between your knees to press into. You're also going to need some kind of elevation. I'm using a bench in this scenario, but you could use a couch, a chair, something similar, and you'll be able to figure out and configure the setup to yourself depending on how much range of motion you have. So, for example, I want the block in between your knees here to put tension there. The whatever you have for your head, go there. And then for myself, when I go into internal rotation, I can get to about there-ish, which is, that makes this height with the bench and the pad here good for me, because I can't get much more than that height there without having to cheat in my pelvis. So for somebody who has less range of motion, for example, let's say you only can get there, then you're gonna need something for your height. You're gonna need something underneath your ankle to match the height where you're at. You want to give yourself some wiggle room. So for example, I don't want you to be at a spot where you can't lift up at all. I want you to have about 5-10 degrees of space and wiggle room to work with for your setup. So go ahead and do that now. Find a chair, a couch, find something that matches your true internal rotation of that hip, and we're working left hip first. Okay, so I'm gonna get set up real quick. So it's again, the block here is to give you feedback, and I want you pressing into the block the entire time. I don't want any tension to leave here, so I don't want you going like this, for example. I want that block to stay there. So now from here, I also want hips stacked, so I don't want you drifting off this way and rotating to the left side. I want your shoulders and your hips stacked so that we can get a truer read on this hip here. From here, we're going to push our ankle into the couch, the chair, whatever it is whatever it is that you're using, at 20% effort. Think ankle into the couch or into the ground, as if you're trying to do external rotation and pushing through the ground, trying to go this way. So if this bench was not here, I'd be doing this, for example, going down. Good, hold 20%, keep it constant, and slowly ramp up to 40%. Hit 21, hit 22, hit 23. I want you to really control that intensity and start getting a better awareness of your body in this hip specifically. Let's go 60%, press a little more. You start feeling your hip kind of turn on a little bit now. And let's go 80%, squeeze more. And as we get to higher intensities, two things. One, it's a choice, it's an option. So if you want to go to 80%, 100% with me, feel free to do so. If you're somebody who's not as comfortable, maybe you have an injury history and you're not confident yet, then stay 40-60%, that's totally fine too. Second thing is that I want you to get more stuff involved. So I'm gonna be squeezing this foam roller right now, right, to get more intensity. I'm squeezing the block harder. I'm squeezing my abs harder to basically increase the radiation, to increase more force here. And let's go 100%. I'm starting to fatigue too. Best effort now for 10 seconds. Pushing, trying to rotate your ankle through the ground. Pushing through, push ankle down. Knee still locked in. 3,